Hey Chris, it's Coach Slezak. Just want to I was making a couple of videos for some other people, and I got your forehand on here, and I want to make a video for you just so you could follow up with it, so you know what to practice before the next time I see you. So, whoops. So if you take a look at this, here's what your forehand looks like. This is the one that we did when you were coming out and your mom was filming it for you, and we were able to do it. And I'll show you all the things that you're doing really well, and then show you some things that you can improve upon. And it's these little errors that are going to, when you play matches, that are going to come out because what happens is the pressure is going to make you get tight and everything's going to get tense. So first, let's look at all the things you're doing really well. Everything you're doing with the feet, awesome. I mean, right leg, open stance, you got all that weight loaded on the right leg. You'll see when you rotate and hit, this right leg straightens all the way out. This right leg here straightens all the way out. You stand up, you even get a little bit of airborne when you go ahead to hit. That's awesome. That all tells me you're pushing really hard off the ground, transferring all that power up through your hips, and then eventually out into your arm. So, and I think you know that you do all that really well, and that's nothing that's real surprising to you. But so let's take a look at your swing here. And this is the things that we have been working on for a little while. If you see here, when you start, remember, I want you to start with your hands and specifically your arms a little bit further away from your body here. So where that says, I think it says, I don't know, Red Cross or whatever that is, you should have your hands and your elbows really up there and a little bit further away from your body. And what that's going to do is you'll see when you turn, especially this right elbow, do you see how that right elbow is right next to your body there? We want that right elbow really a little bit further up here and away, and that racket will actually be tilting a little bit more forward. And then what that'll do is that just makes it a little more easier for you to get in this position right here, because this is exactly where you want to be, with the tip of the racket facing me, the strings facing the ground, left arms across your body. That's a perfect loaded position, and from right there, that's where you want to start to swing forward. And what you're going to see is your racket keeps sneaking back behind you a little bit, and before you swing forward, because what's happening is your brain is trying to keep that racket moving, so your swing is one continuous pathway. And you're doing really, you have tremendous athleticism, you do great, you make great contact with the ball, but what I would like to see happen is if you start your arm just that little bit higher, that racket's going to fall down and it's going to get right into this spot here, and your swing is going to be, I don't want to say it's not really going to change a whole lot, but it will be a little bit more circular in its pathway, and you'll have a little more timing. As you can see right now, your racket just kind of drops straight down there. If we get that elbow up just a little bit, that swing will be a little more circular, and it'll improve your timing. And it's also going to help you later on when you start getting balls that bounce, higher up here by your chest or somewhere around there. You're going to be able to have that racket right there, and you're only going to need to drop it just a little bit and be able to swing more forward through that. So those are the things we're going to continue to work on, but you have tremendous athleticism, you're generating the power really well, and but that, I know what's going to happen is as you continue to play matches and tournaments, you're going to have to spend a significant amount of time really just thinking about exactly what you're doing right here on this forehand, because when you play matches and tournaments, you're going to get tight, and your tendency is always going to want to be to go back to doing this until you have done it so many times that you have reprogrammed it. So I hope that makes sense, and always a pleasure to coach you, and look forward to seeing you again.